Hello everyone, it's me, Orpheon, your infinite dragon sorcerer here, and I have exciting news. In this part, this is what if Asta had boosted gear, part 2.5. And yeah, I left a poll in the last video about who you wanted to get the White Dragon Emperor Albion, and surprisingly, it was a landslide. I mean, literally, 80% of you actually voted for Yuno. So yeah, after this part of the what if, Yuno gets the White Dragon Albion. So yeah, I'm actually pretty excited too. It's exhilarating. And also, really great news. We actually made it to 333 subscribers. And I also am really thankful for all of you who are supporting me on YouTube and watching my videos, and I really am thankful for that. And I'm going to keep making what if videos. And also, real quick, I want to tell you that the other what if videos I've been making, like what if Deku had Spawn's powers, what if Deku had Dante's powers, what if Deku, basically all my Deku what ifs, especially what if Deku had Mega Man's powers. I'm really hoping you guys that are Mega Man fans check out that video and give me your ideas about how this what if in particularly would turn out if Deku had Mega Man's powers and Mega Man and the universe shared the same timeline as the My Hero universe. So if any of you are Mega Man fans and really like, Mega Man as a character and the Robot Masters and Dr. Wily, Dr. Light, and all that stuff, please let me know in that video how you think the story should be, since in that what if Deku came to Dr. Light and talked to his sort of cousin, because of the fact being that Dr. Light saved him because he was his body was damaged during the last Robot Master attack. And yeah, since he's technically now related to Mega Man, Dr. Light, and Roll, since they're all family friends of Izuku Midoriya and his mother. And they're all family friends. They're all on good terms. So, just letting you all know, if any of you have any ideas on how that what if should turn out, please let me know down in the comments down below of this video, or on that video in particular, because I really am way behind on Mega Man timelines. So bad. I'm sorry. Also, now let's get back to the what if. Sorry. Knuckles joints are a little clicky. See? That's just my hand. Alright. Where we last left off in the previous part, Asta, he was in his scale mail, balance breaker, and it's not at full capacity. He can only hold this form for a couple of minutes. And Dreg kept on saying, "Boost, boost, 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 boost!" And then he said, "Explosion!" While Asta had his anti-magic sword inside Dreg in his gauntlet form. Basically, he had it attached to his boosted gear on his arm, from his left arm. He pretty much swung his anti-magic sword around, and nullified one of the Golden Dawn Royals' sand magic at Golem. And then, this is around the part when Nozel, I think his name is Nozel, or I don't know, the captain of the Silver Eagles, he's basically saying that you're acting childish with such trifles. You actually are fighting against a commoner. All of you step aside. I'll teach this commoner a lesson in learning his place. I said he is nothing compared to us royals. And Nozel, well, his icy aura, it doesn't even phase Asta and his scale mail. And Drake is still saying to Asta, "Hey, you feel that?" He's like, "Yeah, this pressure, this cold pressure. I'm not even scared. I'm actually pretty excited I get to fight this guy." And this is when Captain Fuegoleon says, "Hey, you should all cut this out." I'm starting to think that this kid, it was right to choose the Black Bulls. Because the fact being that if you're all ganging up on him just because he has his own ideals and opinions, it's disgraceful. And Nozel directs his icy aura to Captain Fuegoleon, and their aura is colliding. One in the shape of an eagle, and the other of a male lion. And Leopold, he pretty much, and the nobles, Leopold and the nobles see Asta, and Leopold walks up to Asta while he's in balance breaker form, and he's like, that sells it. I'm making you my rival. This strange armor of yours, it's pretty impressive. I wonder what type of magic you're using." And then Drake says to Leopold, "It's not exactly magic. It's simply a power that all Dragon Emperors from past generations are able to use. Who's taking this technique if they're skilled enough or strong enough." And Leopold answers the dragon. He's like surprised. I never thought I should be talking to a gauntlet. A talking gauntlet. And Drake says, "Actually, I'm not exactly a gauntlet. I'm the Red Dragon Emperor. Or Drake. If you really calling yourself of Asta's rival, I guess I'll allow it. And it's more fun. This is going to be interesting." And Leopold starts laughing, and she's saying, "Well, I'm actually glad to meet you too, Red Dragon." And Drake starts laughing, and heck, Asta's like, "Okay, did I miss something, or did you two just become best friends or something?" And this is when everyone hears an explosion. And this is pretty much when everyone is informed. All the Magic Knight squad captains are hearing the explosion, and one of the mages stepped in and said, "Everyone, the capital's under attack, like by an unknown enemy, and the capital, it's being destroyed as we speak." And everyone stops and looks. One of the Golden Dawn mages uses rock sand magic, and I think it was dust rock. I don't know. It's basically a type of earth magic, but it pretty much makes a total large scale of the capital, and it's very detailed. And Mimosa even says that it's even more detailed than my plant magic. It even shows the magic and everyone else in it, including the enemies. And Asta's saying that, "Wait, if the kingdom is under attack, then we shouldn't just sit here and think of a plan. We need to save everyone. People are dying out there." And he's technically still in balance breaker mode, so he still has a couple of minutes left in this form. So all of a sudden he starts growing wings out of his scale mail. And then everyone sees this, and even the captain of the Blue Rose Knights and Soul are actually impressed with how much power this kid has. And Soul is saying, "Hey, Char, what do you mean? You'd think you'd actually approve of of a boy being part of the Blue Rose Knights. And Charlotte then says, for crying out loud, start calling me Captain. And then Soul says, okay, Char. And yeah, he just flies out of the room, and he even goes through the window. I mean, instead of going out through the hallway door, he basically goes out the window, flying out the window. And Klaus is saying, wait, Asta, what do you think you're doing? Do you even know where to go? And Asta says, I'm just gonna go wherever I smell the most blood. And then Klaus replies saying, what are you, some type of wild animal? And Drake then says to Klaus, don't worry, there's no way I'm gonna let Asta get hurt. I can assure you of that. And Klaus is stunned, but everyone else decides to come up with a plan of attack and to stop the terrorists that are attacking the capital. And Asta, he's basically still has his anti-magic sword in his boosted gear, so it's sticking out of his left arm, and his scale mail. He's flying, and then he starts cutting and hacking and slashing at the zombies created by Rady's wraith magic. And right when he was laughing, saying, "Ha ha! Serves you right! You damn Clover Kingdom fools! This is the true power of wraith magic!" And he's about to kill a little girl. And Asta pretty much, when she steps in front, just literally zooms in front of him and actually cuts him on his face. He's like, God, what exactly? What the hell are you? And he barely had time to react. He had a huge cut on his face, like his cheek. And it's like a huge slash. And he's like, God damn it! Who the hell are you? Then Asta then says, you think I'm just gonna... Why the hell are you attacking the Clover Kingdom? And why are you killing all these innocent people? And Ray's is like, oh, that's it. I'm gonna kill you and make you into one of my zombies. Quick! Hey, Jimmy! And Asta, he doesn't even have to say anything. He just straight up cuts Jimmy in half. And Noelle is fighting against number 2, the one that uses water type of magic. Or wasn't? It's basically a corpse that used a little bit of water magic. And yeah, Noelle still gets a little pep talk from Captain Fuegoleon, and he's saying to Noelle, there's nothing wrong with being weak. The only thing wrong is staying weak. And Asta's still fighting against Rades. He's right after he defeated Jimmy, and he then summons Alfred and Carl at the same time. Carl's the one who has to protect him with his barrier magic, and Alfred is the one that uses lightning magic. And Asta, he's basically dodging, and he doesn't even have any wounds on him. So, his timer is almost up, and he's like, oh no. And Drake is informing him of this. Hey, Asta, your timer's almost up. You better finish this quick. And right at the moment when Asta kills Alfred, and by using his anti-magic sword to cut him and right down the middle from head to toe, he charges at Carl, and he actually cuts through the barrier and stabs his anti-magic sword, the small one, into through the chest and the head of you know, Jimmy Carl, making it rot away into a dissipate. He's like, then Asta is trying to attack Hades, and then he has a couple of other zombies. He's heading to Asta, and his scale mail, it's completely gone. His timer's already up, and he's a little dazed and tired, but he still fights on, getting rid of each and every zombie that was created from Rady's Wraith magic. And Fuegoleon just straight up cremates all of them. And then, while this is happening, Leopold is helping Noel beat against number 2. And Reyes is caught, and Fuegoleon confiscates his grimoire and binds him with his flame magic. And then Reyes is freaking out. He's furious. He's saying, "Hey, don't you dare open that! Don't you dare!" And Fuegoleon, he opens his grimoire, Reyes' grimoire, and he's like, "No way! How is this possible? Just one page?" And Valtos is talking to Reyes through his communication spell. He's saying, "Okay, you've had your fun. We're gonna have to go to Plan B." And then Captain Fuegoleon is standing on top of a portal, and a portal opens underneath his feet, teleporting him somewhere, like into a white room. And everyone, including Leopold and Asta, are freaking out. Wait, what the heck happened just now? Wait, that's it! He attacks the pile of corpses, and he notices one of them moves, and a portal opens up above them. And then Valtos, he pretty much rips off the mask of his zombie costume, and he tries to get Reyes out of there, but Asta aims his anti-magic swords at the portals, at the ground, and everywhere to make sure that no portals open up. So he's running on fumes. He's trying to make sure they pay for all the lives they've taken. And Yuno, he still fights the old lady who uses ash magic to steal people's mana to keep herself looking young. And yeah, she still says that Yuno is pretty cute, and she even offers him to go out on a date with her. And Yuno says, "No thanks, I'll pass, you old hag." And she pretty much uses her ash magic, and she's a witch, so she pretty much makes Yuno lose all his senses. So then, since he's able to see the mana flow with the wind magic and the mana with his mana flow, because his senses are completely dull, he almost reaches the similar power to Spirit Dive. And he still uses the Wind Spirit Sylph to fire a massive amount of wind magic at the witch and catches her. And when he's tired, he still encounters Charmy, and he passes out, but he still catches Charmy's food, and she calls Yuno her savior of sustenance, and she has a crush on Yuno now, just like canon. But in this fight, it's not just Yuno. While he's unconscious, he then has a bit of a dream. When he's unconscious, laying down on, literally on top of Charmy, because he's exhausted, he used up a lot of mana, and the witch, her magic made him exhausted and had status effects. Albion then appears to Yuno in a dream, and he says, "What is your name, human?" And Yuno says in this dream, "My name is Yuno." And Albion, he asks, "What is it that you desire? What is your dream, and what is your goal?" And Yuno replies saying, I want to become the next Wizard King, no matter what. And Albion then says, interesting. I guess I'll stick with you. I sense a lot of power within you, and determination and strength. And Albion, he pretty much is now became Yuno's sacred gear. And he'll later on be able to control it. So yeah, that still happens. Except now Yuno is the White Dragon Emperor. Well, the White Vanishing Dragon. And he has the White Dragon in Albion. So he's still unconscious, and that happens. With Charmy taking care of him. Meanwhile, back at the fight with Asta, Noelle, and Leopold fighting and trying to make sure that Valtos doesn't use his spatial magic to get away or get Ray's away, but he's escaped. But the magic around Ray is the flame. Fuegolion's flame magic is gone. And then a portal opens, and Fuegolion is hurt. His arm is gone, and he's bleeding out. His grimoire is dissipating, but Leopold is terrified and he's traumatized. He sees his older brother with his lost arm bleeding out, and his grimoire is dissipating fast. And Noelle's trying to make sure that she stops the bleeding and tries to seal his wound, but Leopold, he's just standing there. And Oz is like, "Hey, Leopold! Oh, listen, I think we're gonna need to work together, or else your brother's gonna die. You need to hurry. Snap out of it." And Leopold, he just shakes his head and snaps out of it. And he's angry. He's looking straight at Valtos, and he shouts, "What the hell did you do to my older brother? You bastard!" And he throws a massive amount of flame magic at Valtos, and Valtos opens spatial magic portals in front of all of Leopold's attacks. But then, and the entire group of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, Sally with her gel magic and her sticky salamander. Rades, he did land a couple of blows at Asta using his wraith magic, making wounds that won't stop bleeding. And Asta still has to use his anti-magic swords to cut the open wounds to nullify the magic. And he still lost a lot of blood. And a couple of the Eye of the Midnight Sun members, they were trying to kill Noelle and all of them all at once. Noelle uses her water creation magic, Sea Dragon's Lair, trying to make sure Captain Fuegolion doesn't get hurt. And all the captains, they were teleported away, kilometers away from the Clover Kingdom. And so that still happens, and they're at a dire situation. All these members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, they're attacking, and they're not even holding back. They're not pulling any of their attacks, and they're playing for keeps. And each and every attack is aimed to kill. And Asta and Leopold are attacking and defending Noelle's water magic barrier to protect Captain Fuegolion. And Sally, she still says, that's some pretty interesting magic. I really want to capture this guy. And then later on, Asta, his legs are about to give out, and he was about to pass out to the ground, but his limits are literally, he's breaking past all his limits. He's lost so much blood that he's just running on adrenaline and doing everything he can. But later in the fight, all of the Magic Knight It's appeared in front to try to help them. And Sally, she captures Asta, and she says she's definitely gonna want to try to research about that power Asta has. And she knows about that little sacred gear or boosted gear that Asta has, and she wants to cut open Asta for some research. So she captures him using her gel magic, and she uses her dark magic. Like, right when she notices that Noel's elder brother, or eldest brother, is using his mercury magic and saying, "Raining silver!" And Sally, she uses her dark magic item and injects it into her gel magic sticky salamander, and it absorbs all of the attacks. It doesn't even phase it. So they all get teleported, and Asta's taken, and then Noel's second older brother and elder sister, they end up laughing and mocking Fuegoleon, and Nozel is not having that. He's furious. And he then tells, "We're lesser than him. We weren't even here. So you can't talk about Fuegoleon, especially since we weren't around to fight. At least he went down fighting. We'll get our payback at those damn Eye of the Midnight Sun. And all of you, get out of my sight. Otherwise, I'll beat some sense into you." And the Noel's older brother and older sister, they all just walk away, and they're terrified of Nozel because he's pissed off. His rival, Fuegoleon, has lost his arm. He's injured. He's bleeding out. His grimoire is almost faded, but he's still hanging on by a thread. And then we get to where Sally, Rades, Valtos are talking about Sally and capturing Asta. And Valtos tells Sally to kill Asta. And she was like, "What? You have got to be kidding me. We're not talking about simple magic weakening spells. This kid has actual anti-magic. Do you know how valuable he'll be to my research? And besides, I caught him first. He's mine." And she even tells Valtos about that strange armor that he had, and that glove that appeared on Asta's left arm. And he's a little unconscious, but his gauntlet is Dreg. He's saying, "Hey, do you think you could actually kill Asta? Well, you're dead wrong. He's not going to sit by and let this happen." And Sally, she's even more excited to cut open Asta, and she's just really crazy. She wants to cut open Asta like some type of cadaver and learn more about his body and his magic, or what type of power he has. She even wants to try to take off Asta's boosted gear, but Dreg, he does sort of make some sort of repulsor blast. It's not really a repulsor blast, but he makes some kind of pulse wave that frees Asta, and Asta's still passed out, exhausted. And then Sally catches him again, and then they walk in to their hidden headquarters, but they see the Wizard King, and he says, "Well, you finally showed up. And, I'd like to catch all of you and get all the much information as I can from you." And he promises to all of Sally, Valtos, Rades, all of the members of the Midnight Sun that the first person who surrenders, he won't kill. And two of the members were straight up killed by the Wizard King's time magic. he made 2 time magic orbs and just blasted them and erased them. And they were refusing to back down, but the Wizard King uses time magic, chronostasis. He makes orbs all around the members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun. They have Roman numerals wrapped around an axis, and they're all frozen in time. And Asta, he's snapping out of it, and he's come to, and he sees the Wizard King helping him up, and then he tries to stand up on his own, but the Wizard King then says, "Wow, that was some pretty impressive strength and magic you have. I'm pretty much impressed, especially with that little boosted gear of yours, or that power." And Drake then says, "Well, what'd you expect? I did choose Asta to become the next Red Dragon Emperor after all." And the Wizard King laughs, but then the Wizard King's senses lit the leader of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, and he's ready to kill and save his teammates. But Asta's exhausted, so he passes out, and he doesn't see the fight between the Wizard King and Lit. So it happens in light speed, and all of them except one of the Eye of the Midnight Sun gets away. And now they have 2 members of the Eye of the Midnight Sun captured to interrogate and get information about them. The witch lady with ash magic, and that one guy that uses root magic. And Mimosa, Klaus are worried about Asta, and then the Wizard King appears with the captured Eye of the Midnight Sun and Asta, and Asta says, "Hey guys, I'm okay now." And Mimosa, she just rushes over to Asta and hugs him, and then she starts to blush, and he's like, "Oh, I mean, you're not hurt, are you?" And Klaus even acts a little worried for Asta. And they're all trying to recover from this battle. And Yuno, he's now the new wielder of Albion, the White Dragon Emperor. And guys, that's where I'm going to leave things off. As always, leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Please check out more of my videos, and I'm sorry for all these ads or if this video blacked out and you probably couldn't see most of this stuff. But anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it off. And also, please support me or my YouTube channel and watch more of my videos. And as always, Infinity Overdrive! Infinite realities, infinite possibilities. See you all next time!